Welcome back, everyone. I hope that first session did something in your mind, because I want your thinking to change before your bank account does. A changed mind always precedes a changed life. In this session, we are going to go into something that I believe is the most important foundation of this entire course, and I want you to stay with me, because this is where most financial teachers stop too early. They teach you how to save, how to invest, how to start a business, but they never deal with the real battlefield. The real battlefield is the tripartite realm of the influence of money. 3 levels where money has power over your life: the physical, the soulish, and the spiritual. What is money, really? Before we break those down, I want to define money for you. And I do not want to give you a dictionary definition. I want to give you a working definition that you will carry for the rest of your life. Money is not currency. Currency is just the physical clothing money wears. Today it wears naira. In another country it wears dollars. In another, pounds. But the value underneath is not the currency itself. You can have 1 million naira and think you are a millionaire. But convert it to dollars and suddenly you are humbled. So what is money? Money is an exchangeable value. It is what gives you the ability and freedom to have what you want, do what you want, express yourself as you wish, and become who you are meant to be. Money is access. Money is possibility. The way you measure how much money you truly have is by how many possibilities it gives you access to. Now let us look at how money influences you across 3 realms. The physical realm. The physical realm of money is the most obvious. This is the cash in your hand, the digits in your account, the transactions you make every day. This is money as a tool of exchange. And yes, it is powerful here. But here is the hard truth. The physical is the weakest level of money's influence, and yet it is the only level most people are operating on. They are focused entirely on having more cash, more zeros in their account, more visible proof of wealth. And that is why they are stuck. Because the real control of money is not in your pocket. It is deeper than that. The soulish realm, money emotions. This is where money has its strongest hold, in the soul. In the mind, the will, and the emotions of a man. Let me show you 2 emotions that money uses to control people. The first is fear, the persistent anxiety that there will never be enough. It is the emotion that keeps people working even when they are breaking down. They know they are in trouble. They know the pace is killing them. But out of fear that the bills will not be paid, they keep going. Fear is the tool money uses to keep you enslaved to the search for it. The second emotion is greed, the unchecked desire for more. And greed is not just about wanting more money. It is the desire to satisfy every craving the moment money shows up. You get paid, fear disappears for one moment, and immediately greed steps in. You buy things you had no plan to buy. You satisfy cravings you had suppressed. And before you know it, the money is gone and fear is back. Fear, then payday, then greed, then broke, then fear again. That cycle, that is the rat race. And most people have been running in it for years without knowing it. Money mindsets. These emotions are rooted in your mindset. 2 kinds of minds sit at the root of your financial behavior. The scarcity mind believes there is never enough, so it hoards, so it grabs, so it makes decisions out of pressure, not reason. The scarcity mind makes money the purpose of living. And when money becomes your purpose, it owns you completely. The abundance mind believes there is always a way. It is not pressed into panic. It does not make financial decisions from a place of fear. It thinks, it reasons, it plans. It sees money as a tool and not a destination. Here is the key difference. The scarcity mind makes financial decisions using feelings. The abundance mind makes financial decisions from unpressurized reasoning. Now I want to ask you a personal question, and you do not need to answer out loud. Which mind have you been operating from? When money comes, do you think or do you react? When money is scarce, do you panic or do you plan? Because until that mind changes, no amount of hustle will produce lasting wealth. The spiritual realm. Now briefly, and I want to handle this with care. Money also has a spiritual dimension. Scripture calls it mammon. It is a spirit in contest with God himself for the mastery of a man's soul. That is how seriously we should take this. Jesus said you cannot serve both God and mammon. You are either surrendered to God or surrendered to money. And here's the sweetest thing. When you are a slave to God, money becomes your slave. The abundance mindset we just talked about is found in its fullness in God. He is the one who said, I will supply all your needs. He is the one who said, seek first the kingdom and all these things will be added. That is not poverty theology. That is the highest financial strategy in existence. Closing. So to summarize this session, money influences you physically, soulishly, and spiritually. Most people are only managing the physical level, which is why they keep losing the battle. The real work is in the soul, your emotions and your mindset, and the anchor of it all is your spiritual posture before God. In our next session, we step out of the internal world and into the external system. We are going to talk about capitalism. We are going to understand the game that the world is actually playing, and we are going to learn how to play it strategically. Stay with me. We are just getting started.